Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Missions Workout from Home, episode number 10, season 3. So today I'm going to show you how to do a shoulder press. Okay, so before I start, just want to share that this exercise, you might have seen a couple of seasons before, similar movement, but this is just to, hopefully after this video, you can actually learn how to do it properly, with proper technique, regardless of the equipment. Alright, so the shoulder press, as the name suggests, is to train the shoulder. Okay, now even though the main part is the shoulder, you have we call it primary, that means you feel a lot of the shoulder. There will be what we call a secondary muscles, means you will feel a little bit of the arms, the tricep, and a little bit on the back as well. So the back is going to be a little bit, just a very tiny bit. The majority, maybe like 80-90%, should come from your shoulder, right? So I will show you the proper way of doing it. Then we'll talk about some mistakes and some variation, how you can maybe increase difficulty, make it easier, or just change the style just to keep it fun. So if you stay tuned long enough, you should be able to do it a proper shoulder press. Okay. Now, so I'm going to show you how it's done right first. Then later I'll talk how to improve it and also the common mistakes we talk about. So for today's experiment, I'll be using 2 water bottles. You guys can see, right? If you have a bag, it's the same thing. So you can take the bag using 2 luggage, a broomstick. Possibility are endless. It's just whether you want to do it or not. Alright? So begin the movement by placing right below your shoulder. From here, you press as high as you can, go down as controlled as you can. Right? I will because of the camera length, I'll do it seated so you guys can have a good look here. You start from here, you press all the way up, control all the way down. Again, all the way up, all the way down. When you go up, don't think of just pressing it up. I know the name is called pressing, but instead of pressing, if you want to make it more efficient, try punching instead. So instead of like dragging all the way up, try to punch. When you go down, have a nice control. Once you reach to the bottom, you press again. Once you reach at the bottom, it touches your shoulder, you press again. Okay? So from the side view, it's the same. When you press, you want to make sure it's on the ear level. So it's kind of like in line with the ear. Right? So it's in line with the ear, it should be on a straight line. Right? You want to be on a straight line. So you start from here, all the way up, and you control all the way down. Okay? So you want to make sure you really press on a straight line. Alternative for you is your elbow. You tuck forward a little bit. Okay? Tuck your elbow forward a little bit, all the way up, all the way down. Okay? Because if you don't tuck in your elbow, let's say if you are here, right, you don't tuck in your elbow, when you press later, it will end up like this. So that's not the goal. Goal is to press on a straight line. So move your elbow up a little bit. Don't exaggerate, don't go like this. But just a tiny bit out. Punch, go down, control. That's all. Alright, so that is how you do the shoulder press. Now that we talk about how to do the shoulder press, let's talk about some common mistakes. Right? There is usually 3 major mistakes on this one. I will show you what are the mistakes and how you can fix it. Alright? So the mistake number 1, when someone is doing the shoulder press, they don't have full range of motion. As we have mentioned this ever since the first episode, you want to do it everything with the full maximum capacity as you can, with, of course, without any injury, right? So if you do full, you get full result. If you do half, you get half result. So mistake number 1 common I see is they don't go full range of motion. That means they're just here only. Okay? What you want to do is, like I said, this is only half result. You want to get the most out of it, go all the way up, control all the way down until it touches your shoulder, all the way up, all the way down. Because if you don't touch, let's say you only end up here, half or even worse, just like this. Number 1, you are not feeling anything. Number 2, it's not effective. And number 3, you are lying to yourself. Because on a good day, you go all the way down, right? Maybe on a bad day, you only do like this. So you want to make sure for consistency's sake, it's easier for you to track progress, because progress is how you grow. So you want to make sure you touch all the way to a certain point. So that's why we prefer you to touch the shoulder. That's easier, so you don't need to remember where is where. Once you touch, it drops down. Okay? Mistake number 2 is when they go, they don't point all the way straight line. They press back. So I'll show you up, all the way up. This is the proper way, but instead they will usually do like this. To make things worse, because they know they cannot go all the way straight, what they do is they kind of like rotate up like this. So they know because they cannot do like this, so what they do, they rotate up. Okay, so it's like a roll like that. This is wrong also, right? Not only you don't feel more on the shoulder, you are also in the risk of using some energy on the forearm. That is not the goal. You want to feel on the shoulder. So easy quick fix to this is kind of what I shared earlier just now, is to just move the elbow out a bit. Then you press on a straight line. You're done. Because if you don't move your elbow out, you see, if you're here, you end up like this. And then you have to draw the one round, which is the last thing you want to do. So in, elbow out, all the way up, control all the way down. Okay? So to avoid all these mistakes, yeah? And mistake number 3 is actually when you go down, there is no control. So I always see people, whether they are at home or when they are doing at the gym, they have the same mistake. Up, they're okay, but when they go, they just drop. Okay, so there's no control going down. Remember, we're here for full range of motion, meaning you want to squeeze the most out of every exercise. So make sure top and bottom, you can feel something, right? If you go all the way down, you cannot feel. So you are not doing the most out of the exercise, right? So once again, go all the way up, control all the way down. All the way up, control all the way down. Okay? So remember, that is how you do it. And most important, when you do this shoulder press, is that when you go down also, a tip for you is to keep your chest up. So you'll be always in the upright position. So from the side view, you do one like this. Chest up. When you go down, chest up. When you go down, chest up. Okay? If you do like this, you should be able to feel, not just going up. As you go down, you feel a nice control as well. Alright? So this is done. And I'm going to show mistake number, I won't say number 4, but it's more like a 3.5. Is going back to the second one where, you know, people, they will go up like this. Right? So your elbows up, right? Another mistake I always see, so you guys have a clear look, is when you go up, you want to be on a straight line. Right? Common mistake, people will do this. Like a Y like that. So don't do this. Just press all the way up, control all the way down. All the way up, control all the way down. So remember, don't go sideways. It's just pointing up, control, down. Okay? So pretty much that's it. You feel on the shoulder, nothing much than that. Probably a bit of the butt, a bit of the tricep, and also a bit on the tricep is here, and also a little bit on the back. So now that we've talked about this one, how to do the shoulder press already, I would recommend you to keep doing, keep trying, and keep learning. You know, if you have any questions, send me a message. I will correct your form for free if you want to, right? So now that we've talked about how to do shoulder press, up next we talk about variation. So how can you change the variation? So usually, I kind of do a variation already just now. Traditionally, you're doing a standing one, right? So what you can do, you can also do a seated one, right? Seated will be a bit tougher, because if you do a seated one, you cannot use your leg, right? So you feel a bit tougher. Another way you also can do, also it's a variation. You can stand, you can sit. It's more on the angle of the arm. You will see some people do like a rotation, kind of like this. Some call it a rotational shoulder press. Some call it arm press. So there's no right or wrong. Start at the bottom. As you go up, you rotate all the way forward. When you go down, control all the way down. So up you control, down you control, right? So these are some variation. If you find out one arm is stronger than another one, or the other arm is weaker than the other one, you can also do one arm. So focus one arm at a time, right? So the possibility are endless. You can use the other arm. Let's say if my right arm is weaker, tip for you, if your whatever arm is weaker, you do that one first. So you give him more energy to do it, right? All the way up, all the way down, same. Okay? Now, you'll probably hear myths where like, let's say if your left and right arm, right? Let's say your left hand is weaker, you do the left arm a bit more, 1 or 2 extra reps. The right one, you just do regular, right? So example, if the program asks you to do 10 reps, you are doing on the weaker arm for 10, you go and do a 12. The other one, you do a 10. There's nothing wrong, right or wrong with that, but I just think, why not just do both the same, right? The imbalance will not be very huge, right? Even if it's very huge, it can be corrected from time to time, right? You don't need like extra 1 more set or extra few more reps on the weaker arm. You don't need that, right? So just train as it is, maybe prioritize on the weaker arm first, you should be good to go, right? And some other variation, instead of using like this is a bit free weight, you want something that is firm and sturdy, just give me a while, I bring the item back. You can use a broomstick. Go back to season 2, you will probably see I'll hang the water bottles with the socks and so on. It's the same. So from here, all the way up, control, all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. A tip for you, if you can get a hole like this, if you can, try not to get a broomstick, because I don't know if you guys can see or not, it's hollow inside. I can put my finger in, you see, it's hollow. So what you want is if you can have a material that's hard. I don't know how to find, for example, if it's a crane, you know, or if you have some sort of like, you know, the gate, that one hole like that, a very, maybe even a bat or something, you can use that. Then you can put your weight, you can just do it, right? So always remember, you can work out anywhere, including from home as well, right? So the question is actually not can you do it or not. The major question is, do you want to do it or not? Right? No point if one just find that the right item, you're embarrassed. There's nothing to be embarrassed, you know. During MCO, hey, I use household item. Nothing to be ashamed of, you know. You got gym, good, use the gym. If you don't have the gym, you can always take household item and do. There shouldn't be any excuse, right? If you bring me to your home also, I can assure you I can find a workout to do one, right? Even if you're in a 4 box without any, whether you have boxes or just the floor, you can still do stuff, right? So today I talk about the presses, how to do the press properly, and how to fix them. So gentle reminder, just a quick recap. Chest up, elbow out, punch on the straight line, go down, control. Again, yeah? Take a big breath, squeeze your butt, elbow out, punch, control. One last time, take a nice big breath, squeeze your butt, elbows out, punch, straight line, go down, control. Right? So that's how you do the shoulder press. Okay? So that's all for today. Alright, thank you so much for joining. I'll catch you next week. So let me know in the comments below if you want to, what is your favorite shoulder exercises? Do you have any variations that you prefer? Or if you want to show me privately a video of how you do it, you want me to correct the form, I'll do it for you. No problem, alright? So at least you will have someone who's guiding you, do the things properly so that you can do it safe, sound, and also most important, the most efficient way via the full range of motion. Okay, so that's it for me today. I'll catch with you guys on next week. So next Tuesday, as usual, we're going to talk about some of the anything that's fitness related. If you have any topic you would like me to cover, just share with me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Right? So till then, I guess this is it. I'm signing off, and take care. Bye bye.